Hello everyone and welcome back to Gaming Boulevard on Point. This will be our second video about Gamescom 2016. So Gamescom, it has been officially opened just for the press today, but from the day tomorrow, it's going to be for the whole public. So we went out there, we had our appointments with different developers. So Lander, let's just talk a little bit about your day because we didn't actually see a lot of each other because we all had our own appointments and our own jobs to do. So tell us a little bit about your day.
I had not that many appointments, so you guys saw most. So I'm gonna keep it short. The biggest thing I saw today was Ubisoft. So I saw For Honor, which was my game of the day. The Star Trek VR, which was surprisingly fun to play. I don't know a thing about Star Trek, but being in control of the Enterprise or whatever was kind of fun. I also checked out Watch Dogs 2, which I was kind of giving a shot, but now I'm like, But that's mostly because I don't like the way they forced me to play.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Developers tend to push their ideas on you, and in turn, you don't enjoy the experience.
Yeah, because yesterday you told me you were actually excited in seeing Watch Dogs 2, but I was a little bit skeptical because what they did last year, a couple of years ago with Watch Dogs 1, I don't know, it left a scar.
But Watch Dogs 2.
But what do you mean by?
It still has potential. The game, first of all, I must say the game looks great. So it's like you remember the crew pre-DLC upgrade and you know the crew now. So it's a very pretty game right now. That's what I have with Watch Dogs. So Watch Dogs 1 was ugly. There's no other word for it. It was just ugly.
Apart from the trailer.
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2 looks like the trailer finally. So San Francisco really is alive. I really paid attention to the NPCs and they all are different. So every person is different, doing something different. Did they do that for the Gamescom demo? It could be, yeah.
But it has always been something like that. Every person is unique because you can't hack everything. You can't hack their phones. You need information about
they are unique, but that you
Balance
see them wearing the same hoodie.
I think
I didn't notice that in Watch Dogs 2, but it was a small segment. And as I said, they really forced me to use my drones all the time. So you have a flying drone to scout your area. You have a drone on wheel which can jump and has a mechanic arm to activate switches. It's cool, but I missed the environment of my character, and I couldn't use it. The developer was always pushing, no, you don't have to shoot the guys. Use the drone. Hack the cell phone. Hack the dog's collar.
They're
hack
actually
this.
forcing you
They're
to
forcing
use the
me to
features.
But I was willing to test the parkour skills, but
they wouldn't let you.
No. So that's kind of worrying.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
That's difficult to say
because if I was hacking, my character was sitting behind the corner and the drone was moving. But why couldn't I move freely in the city?
Maybe they really wanted to show their hacking system.
It's weird. It's fishy. I don't really trust it.
Well, we'll have to see about when the actual game comes out because that's the point.
From what I've seen from E3 itself, like gameplay and everything looks kind of solid, but I'm not really. I don't really like the character designs or narrative.
It's very ghetto. It's very ghetto and light now. It's so whoa. You know, the demo ended by taking a selfie. I had to take a selfie with gangster signs. It's like what? Watch Dogs 1 was brutal. The story was brutal. It was dark. It was serious. And now you have like gangsters.
But is it a bit like Anonymous that they're trying to do that effect?
They're really going for the streets. So, you know, born and raised in the streets and hacking. Okay. You know, Mr. Robot, if you watch the series, it's kind of like that.
But more gangster.
Yeah, more gangster.
More
gangster.
I think from what I've
heard, basically.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah.
From what I've heard, I think it's more like a hit and miss.
It's hit and miss, and for me now, yesterday I would say it's gonna be a hit. Now I'm tending towards the miss, but I think if I can play it my way, I can enjoy the game.
Okay.
I think like the biggest part about Watch Dogs, no matter if it looks good or not, the one thing that's always going to pop up is the visual downgrade stuff that happened with the first one. So people, I don't think any demo Ubisoft is going to show us, even if it's a week
I hope-
before
I hope.
release, people are going to be like, yeah, wait until they downgrade it.
Yeah, true.
So
We will have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But everything was made up with For Honor. Seriously, For Honor is the next big thing. This could be as the new Assassin's
And we actually
Creed.
had the discussion yesterday. We were like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, this-
but
this-
it-
this
it
could
will
be
a
seriously-
bit disappointing. Maybe it's not offering what they're actually going for.
We could be seeing For Honor every year now.
Yeah.
For Honor 1, 2,
like that.
like Assassin's Creed. Yeah,
Wow.
it has
Okay.
potential to be the next big franchise. It's something entirely new. The way you fight, it's amazing. I was a Viking for obvious reasons.
I thought you were going for the samurai.
No.
I mean, with the dot and
I
everything.
really was a tank. It was cool. So it's a brutal Viking scarred up. And
You know, you actually look like Tom Cruise from
yeah,
the last samurai.
not
with,
relevant. So
Yeah.
I was a Viking and I was owning. So the developer said to me, "Oh, you really understand the game." And I went like, "Yeah." So what
Yeah.
Battalions.
what's the idea of For Honor? The blocking and the combat really is realistic. So
It's about life and death.
if you face your opponent, you're about to die. So you really need to fight to survive. You see the way he holds his sword, so it could be upwards, left or right, and then you can prepare your stance. So if he holds it left, you defend left, and so on. You can break the defense.
It's
attack.
actually the system that they're using from Age of Conan. I don't know if you know the game,
It's
but
a very
it
deep
was
combat.
a very difficult game
Mm.
for most players because you had to anticipate what they were doing.
Yeah, it's
And
the same.
Age of Conan was exactly the same thing. When they're attacking left, you could put up your defenses by 3 or 2.
It's very deep, but it's only deep for the factions. So for the samurai, Viking, and knight. So if you face those, you go into that deep combat. If you meet soldiers, you're a god. So I was facing hordes of regular
And you
soldiers,
slaughter them.
and I slaughtered them like a true
Like
Viking.
Dynasty Warriors.
1v1 Dark Souls, and for the rest of the Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, basically.
Um,
but it's a combination that really works.
As
So
a-
I played multiplayer, so
Oh,
team
man.
against team. So the goal was to capture your base and defend it. So the first team that reached 1,000 points would break the other team. If you break the other team, that means instant death. So if you kill them, they stay down. So
like
they
that
eliminate
elimination rounds.
elimination until the last one is down.
Great.
But the enemy team, we lost. So I'm gonna be honest, we lost. But the enemy team was they played like they shouldn't play.
You probably were like, "Come at me, bro," and you were like, "Oh no, shit, bro."
Yeah,
bro.
no. My team was scattered around, capturing several bases, which was smart because it was gaining us the most points. But the other teams stick together as 4, and if you face even 2 characters at the same time, you will die in For Honor. It's not possible to survive.
Do you think that For Honor gives you the opportunity to actually take up the role as a leader and
Yeah, sure.
take the whole game for the win, or do you
Sure,
need your
yeah.
team?
You need both. You need to control your team, and you need to
Cooperate again?
to shake them and wake them up and say, hey, we don't need to capture that point right now. We need to take down the enemy. They are working as a team. We should as well.
And what about strategic points? I mean, is it just head-on-head battles?
For what I've seen, it was it's what you already said. It's a combination of Dynasty Warriors and the Dark Souls engine. So
the little mobs were NPCs probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a fighting game fan who really appreciates mind games and all that stuff, I see so many fighting game stuff in this game. It makes me so excited to play it. I can totally see myself like this might be my new thing. Like
yeah,
It's a
Street
new
Fighter
IP. I think it's an exciting one.
It could be their next big
We'll have to
IP.
see
That's, then I also played South Park Fractured But Whole. We're not going to talk about that too much. I want to focus on the Noceless Rift.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a joke.
And it was
So
for you.
Ubisoft revealed that on the internet, and I was like, yeah, that's funny, Ubisoft, but no, it's real. So it was like at the booth, and they say, hey, you can play with the Nocellift. And I said, yeah, funny. I know, for real. So it was there. So basically, it's like a thing that you put on your nose, and you smell the farts.
what an age we live in.
Yeah. Fun fact: the dude that developed the Nocellift, the Nocellus, spent 3 months creating the ultimate fart scent. Can you imagine that's your job?
Oh my God.
Ubisoft contacting you, telling you, "Hey, dude, you know that South Park game? we want the absolute smelliest fart you can ever imagine, and you create it.
It's
That
to
dude-
immerse yourself.
It was really
Yeah.
disgusting, seriously.
That dude is either like super proud of his work, or
Yeah.
he's suicidal.
It
One of
is-
the two. It's one of the two. He's
It's a very shitty job.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, so Nautilus, yeah, it was cool. If you want to know more about South Park, watch the video on YouTube.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah, this is the best game we played today, and maybe
My
the
best was
less
For Honor.
fun.
The less fun was Watch
Yeah,
Dogs.
but the impressions and everything you can find it on the website.
YouTube.
Jordi, you also had a couple of appointments
yeah,
today.
I had a lot.
What's your top game for today?
my top game? I'd probably go with Dreadnought.
Dreadnought?
It's
It's indie, right?
It's that tactical
I guess.
space.
Yeah, it's a
ship
tactical
shooter.
spaceship shooter. It's not like when I first heard about it, when they started talking about it, I thought it was going to be like some kind of multiplayer faster than light thing, some like more RPG-ish thing. But it's basically like the world's slowest shooter, and for the best reason. So you pick your ship, you pick your loadout, you pick what weapons and abilities you want. And then you just duke it out, 4 guys against 4, and different kind of ships, differently designed. Some have those
But it's-
Halo Covenant designs, and
Yeah.
others have those sharper edge
So,
designs.
are you saying it's a better shooter than Call of Duty?
Oh my god, that's a topic for another day. Please don't do this. Don't make him answer that.
It's the worst.
Sorry, Activision.
It's the
Okay.
worst.
Maybe
No,
a quick recap, but you said different spaceships. Was it like that you could really see the difference, or was it like,
Yeah, like I
okay, it's
said,
different skin,
One is slower, turns slower,
but
but has
powerful?
more shield,
Yeah.
or has a different type of
Isn't
ammo.
it the game? I think I saw some footage that some ships can teleport to a certain-
I haven't seen that, but one thing I liked is so the designs of the ship take like these specific sci-fi designs, which is great. For instance, people who play Halo, you'll know about it. Like the Covenant ships are
Yeah.
usually purple. They have that round design, those little lights on
Mhm.
it. They had ships like that, and then they had these ships which were more like
Space Marines.
yes, like edgy, sharp,
That's cool.
and metallic. So you had like from an aesthetic standpoint, you had-
Metallic wooden spaceship.
Man,
I'm
that's
sorry.
super cool.
I'm sorry.
Ship. Yeah.
So you have a lot of visual differences in the ships, but also in the ways they shoot. The first ship I used was a really big, slow one, but the cannons were on the front of the ship, so I could only shoot what's directly in front of me or in a certain radius. So if something was behind or next to me, I had to turn my slow ass ship, or I was doomed. And then there were other ships which were faster, and then they
Yeah.
had the turrets on top which could turn and shoot every direction. You had abilities like slowing down, shooting a rocket that slows down a specific area, or just a missile barrage, a shield.
That's pretty cool.
It
That's
was
cool.
really,
It sounds
really fun.
amazing.
It sounds. When I heard about it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is just another game, but I really, really like it.
But
I
does
really
it
like
feel good when you play it? I mean, different games just don't get this
It's
certain
really
fluently.
It's really weird when you like a slow game can always be fun, but when you look at it and it's just like the ship's turning really slowly and just kind of hovering up and down. No Star Wars shootouts. It looks dull, but it feels it's exhilarating, and certainly when you start shooting, so some ammo is slower, some ammunition when you shoot, if your ship's here and you shoot right at the ship, against the time that the ship is gone, like you're gonna miss your salvo. So there's that whole 3 shots, fire, missed. Okay, reload, fire, and try to calculate where they're gonna be, and it's kind of that like when you see science fiction shows, or even something like, I think Assassin's Creed kind of did that with the Navy. The
Black
battles,
Flag,
like that. It's just like that whole, oh god, I gotta turn, I gotta shoot the missiles,
that.
gotta
It's
reload.
what Sea of Thieves is
Yeah,
doing the
of course.
same right
Oh,
now. Yeah, they're
okay.
doing that as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's like Sea of Thieves, but in space. So
Yeah,
I think
maybe,
Dreadnought
maybe.
wins.
And it's actually a bit like, for Honor, anticipating where they're going and seeing if they're shots.
So maybe Ubisoft should buy the license.
I can totally see myself getting this game and just like.
But it's a multiplayer game, right?
Yes,
not
it's a
single player.
multiplayer game. It's gonna have some single player, but they weren't that clear on
Is
it.
there
It's
a
probably.
release?
No, it's in closed beta right now, and they're
It's
like,
only PC, right?
yeah, at the moment it is. They're not planning on consoles, but who knows?
An X.
They're kind of figuring stuff out. They're doing the closed beta because they want this to be
Yeah, of
balanced.
course.
But it's really fun, and I can see myself picking the ship and just taking the default loadout and start picking apart weapons I don't like and
Yeah.
putting in new ones and try to build that ultimate ship and build that ultimate loadout.
It probably has a kind of progress system like Call of Duty. Or not,
I didn't
like leveling
see.
it up
I
and-
didn't see that. I don't think it has actually.
Are
But
you sure you're not playing Call of Duty because it's in space, right?
Stop with the Call of Duty joke, man.
Maybe this is a perfect
Focus.
Maybe this is a perfect bridge. What was your worst game you saw today? I don't know.
Well, technically WWE 2K16 because it's not like the demo the PlayStation demos were busted, so I couldn't even play the game.
Yeah, okay, but that's
So it's,
cheating. So they had
yeah.
issues. Okay.
Yeah. Call of Duty.
Oh,
like,
whoa.
Whoa.
Bummer.
Let's get into it.
Why?
We didn't get to play the game, so there were no
Okay.
hands-on, which is it happens. Like there's games
happens
that we
a
don't
lot,
touch,
yeah.
but the thing is, so we're directed into this theater. We sit down. We see the developers who were supposedly going to be there, but apparently just like, nah, man, I'm going to stay home. They just the
They
video.
just believe in their product.
Yeah, no, that is the serious problem with that thing. So you see them sitting there and it's like, oh, thanks for coming. We're going to show you Infinite Warfare.
Cool.
It's a level we haven't seen before. It's and the setting and everything is really cool. It's a meteorite that there wasn't an explosion on an asteroid which was colonized, and the asteroid is just going nuts and it's spinning towards the sun. And
What's
they
the
said.
problem? It's gonna burn, right?
Yeah, no, but they send in a team to find out what's happening. So you're on this meteorite, and because this meteorite is spinning so fast and so close to the sun, the day and night cycle is like 1 minute. So 1 minute's day, 1 minute's night.
That's
When
kind
it-
of cool.
That's really cool. And when it's day, it's like
I like that. I want to see that.
when it's day, it's like 900 degrees, so you can't actually be in direct sunlight. So you're in this space base, and they're walking
So
around.
it's something like Gears of War in the shadows, you know? Gears of War?
Yeah, kind of. So they're walking around in that space station, and they're trying to build this intense atmosphere, this intense mood. Like, oh, something's happened. There's something going on, and they see bodies, and then you see the sun, just like the sun being this big, just passing by
Honestly,
all the time.
this doesn't sound bad.
It's super cool because the moment you think of like those dumb set pieces Call of Duty has, like, oh, you're just falling out of a plane or a skyscraper.
Yeah,
is
but one
coming
of the
down.
key features of Call of Duty is like the cinematic experience,
Yeah,
right?
and
It's
now
Uncharted
it's
of
in
shooters.
it's in
Yeah,
space.
kinda.
It's in space. So they have this real. So they have like limitless potential because at one point there's literally like a solar flare flying along. It's like oh, and it looks great and it's got so much potential. But the problem with the demo that we got to see was they tried to make this atmospheric experience, and that took about that's gameplay we saw for 5 minutes. Not a single bullet was fired, not a single enemy appeared. It was all just mood setting, like it's what you would do if you do an alien.
Yeah, it's
game.
kind of tech demo.
Yeah.
Showing off their
Well,
space
the
tech.
tech isn't even that impressive, so
I
but
think they were just trying to show a little bit more about space and what missions they were going
the
to
thing
be
that
in.
came off to me is they're trying to show like this. Their campaign is serious. It's adult. It's mature. It's got suspense. It's got kind of horror elements, and then eventually at the end of the trailer, a robot comes out and it punches a woman, and then suddenly when the robots start attacking, they cut away and they start showing trailer footage of them fighting the robots. We don't even get to see the battle. We
Okay.
just see good shots, and we're like, what the fuck?
What about the remaster?
So that's the next thing, and so they show the trailer, and then it's like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The Infinite Warfare title screen stays for 2 seconds, and immediately they cut to the remaster.
Yeah.
To me, it screams like Activision just does like since Call of Duty Ghosts was like the
Yeah.
worst Call of Duty. It was worst received. It's It's sold really poorly. It feels like Activision has no confidence in Infinity Ward or Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It really feels like that because as soon as that trailer was done, like, oh, go
it's
to
the most
four,
disliked.
Yeah.
It's the most disliked video they have.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it's-
Nintendo Metroid.
and it's a shame because this one is
Yeah.
the one with all the creativity. This is the one where they can do all this crazy stuff, and it feels
But
like
it's only-
Activision is just like doesn't.
But I feel like they're just on the edge. I mean, they don't want to go
Mm.
too far because when you see spaceships, you immediately start to think about
Yeah.
lasers.
Yeah, but they
Because
don't wanna be-
that's the thing.
and
When
it's
I
the ballistic
yeah, when I see
bullets
the-
that they're using. And
when you see the game at
But-
first, you're like, this isn't Call of Duty. But when you see the gun in the hand, when you see them running around, you're like, okay, yeah, this is Call of Duty. But it's still, it's very different in that way.
So they also announced the zombies at Gamescom. Did you see them?
Yeah, that was their
before we get
biggest-
into that, the remaster, they showed the one entire level of the remaster, which is it's basically a remake. The assets are built from the ground up. You can see it like it's not just HD polish. It
But
looks
what
different.
I've seen from the from Modern Warfare, it turns out really great.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare
has
is-
a big.
Let's be honest. Infinite Warfare is just a pre-order bonus you
Yeah.
get with the
Yeah,
remaster.
okay.
The remaster
And
will
it's-
be the real deal. Why people will want to own this Call of Duty. It's a pre-order bonus, but Activision knows people want to own the
And I do
remaster.
believe
Yeah, and
that
they
Battlefield.
show that in all trailers,
went
like
right
away.
cutting away.
Yeah,
Even with E3. So that remaster is it's the one level where the big twist thingy happens, and I've played Call of Duty 4. I love that game. I remember a lot of high intense action even in the campaign. But the second problem for Call of Duty in that presentation was that level was played in such a cinematic way, in such a slow, droggy way. It wasn't fun to watch.
just
I
to
was-
show off.
yeah, I was watching this. I was like, I don't remember Call of Duty 4 being this boring. There was at no point did the player sprint or use the knife. It was just
but
literally
it's
like
like panning and
looking
look at
around,
look how
shooting,
beautiful.
and yeah, and it felt
Like
very.
any normal SWAT agent would do.
Which
When
is-
it's-
I play Call of Duty like that. Whoa.
Yeah, no, but the problem is, so first you got Infinite Warfare, which had nothing, which there was no action. Then you cut to the remaster, which had this slow, boring action, which made Call of Duty 4 look boring. And
I'm getting the vibe they saved the best part for last.
they saved the best for last.
Yeah.
They decided to show the zombie mode, and this ties in with my entire thing of this Infinite Warfare single player campaign trying to be adult, mature, atmospheric, serious. And then the zombies thing is so ridiculous and goofy. It's an 80s, you're in a theme park, it's 80s inspired. All the characters are all like this.
It reminds me.
80s
Now that you're
stereotypes.
talking about it, it reminds me of the game on Wii with the zapper.
With the Zen.
House of the Dead, I think.
Yeah, no, it reminds me more of something like Blood Dragon.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool, but
Blood Dragon is awesome.
yeah, but the problem
It's a
with this,
Far Cry thing, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and so there's different weapons. I swear to God, like I'm gonna sound super racist for this, but I swear to God, the black dude is 50 Cent. I'm pretty sure. His face is.
He's been there before.
I
in
think
games,
they're
maybe.
all. I think they're all
But
celebrities.
talking about celebrities, Kit Haring, did you saw him? Jon Snow? He's in there. He's
Yeah,
in Infinite
Oh yeah,
Warfare.
no, we didn't see anything of
too
that.
bad, too bad.
But
So
isn't he in Infinite Warfare?
He is, yeah.
So we see the trailer of the zombies thing. It's all colorful
cut him
and
out.
goofy. There's jetpacks. The zombies fly up. Their brains explode. Zombie clowns and all. And that's such an obvious thing. That's pandering. That's marketed. That's trying to pull in pre-teen.
But I think
boys,
one of the
Which
main
is a
things-
big audience.
Yeah.
Which is their audience, but the problem is, if you want to do that, but don't pretend like your game is
Yeah.
all serious and atmospheric, and just be like, oh, we gotta be quiet, watch out for
We've
yourself,
talked
and
about
zombie
like,
clowns.
we've talked with a couple of gamers, and they were like that it's against zombies. It's nothing.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh, but that's cool.
Ghost had this
of
alien
course,
thing
it's
going
what
on,
it-
which was cool.
Yeah, but do something else. I can do something with werewolves, for example, or
Yeah.
vampires.
Yeah, no,
So
something
that will be the
different.
next big thing. Vampires
Okay.
and werewolves will be, yeah.
But I think they kind of went in the wrong direction. I mean, that's why the video got so many dislikes. I mean,
they don't dare to innovate.
Battlefield, in my opinion, even though I played both games, I mean, I played Battlefield and Call of Duty. I mean, Black Ops 3, I liked the game. But I think that EA went with in the right direction with
Yeah,
the
for sure.
Battlefield because
Yeah.
it's a bit too modern. I mean, you had
Everything is
with the-
space now.
yeah, with the
basically.
exoskeleton,
Yeah.
you had the Black Ops,
Yeah.
then Ghost was a pretty big fail. So I think it's too repetitive. I mean, they're
It
doing
is.
nothing new.
Look,
The same with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but
But the good thing is-
Ubisoft has the balls to say this year we
This
don't
year-
have any
But
Assassin's
you know
Creed.
why? Because they have a movie, and I think it's.
But a
it's
movie
bit
is a
the
great
same.
tie-in. It's
Yeah,
something
okay,
I can live
but-
with, you know.
We're
I don't
drifting off a bit into another thing, but my main problem with Call of Duty since I think Black Ops 2 or something, at least I know it's in Black Ops 3, and that's that inconsistency between wanting to have this serious military shooter and then just adding like colors and clowns
This is
and
the
spray
old
paint,
series.
just
Yeah,
like
okay.
this kind of edgy stuff for
It's
these
the
preteen
controversy.
boys to be like, oh look at the
Yeah,
clown.
it's two
yeah.
separate worlds actually.
Yeah,
It's
and
weird to
they
have it in one
mash it
package.
so hard together,
Yeah.
and it feels like the series lost its
They should
integrity.
have, you know, like Just Dance for kids. They should do Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Call of Duty
I've
for
been
kids.
saying it. Do it like Virtua Fighter. Do Call of
But
Duty.
I don't
kids.
think
Yeah,
a zombie
seriously.
apocalypse for kids would be cool.
No, just do Call of Duty Zombie.
Hey, you're some Teletubbies. Shoot them off with puppies.
Alright, that was your Gamescom experience today.
yeah,
Best
I
of
just
worst?
I just want to say like at the end of that zombie trailer, everyone like seriously, I was sitting in the corner. I turned my head. Everyone was just mouthful like, the fuck, like.
And your shirt was not like, whoa.
No, it was like everyone was like, the fuck, what? We were all baffled. I talked to a few people there and just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, first, Infinite Warfare, no action. Remaster is done in such a way that it's
Slow pace.
boring, and then you show the second, like,
Over the top.
the over the top thing, but it's still Infinite Warfare. This one game where it was all atmospheric, intense, and no bullets, and suddenly it's all colorful and goofy, and it just clashes with its own style. I feel like it lost its integrity just to market to a
They
specific audience.
have to do something new. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been the point for a couple of
Yeah.
years now.
That's why
The
everybody's-
same with Assassin's
yeah.
Creed, but Assassin's Creed went back to their roots a bit with the last one.
Syndicate is great.
But I do believe that they have to find something else. I
Yeah.
mean, they lost their passion a bit, maybe. I don't know.
Don't know, it's still different teams that
yeah.
are working on
Though,
them, so...
well,
Who knows? Maybe they'll do
Yeah.
something. They'll see that Battlefield 1. Who knows? I'm not predicting the future, but they probably will see what Battlefield 1 will do, and then they'll go back to
Just guarding the time here, because
Okay.
yeah,
it's
I'm
really
just
gonna
bring,
be...
like one little thing up, like the best game, Dreadnought, was in my presentations. I just want to say, like, we're talking about the team lost its passion for Call of Duty. Like, those dudes, the dudes who did Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2 left and started Respawn and did Titanfall. And I played Titanfall 2,
Yeah.
and that's basically like, holy shit, that game is fucking great. I'm not gonna go into too much, but that's where it's at, man.
Yeah,
that's where it's
that's
at.
cool.
It's really, really good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I'm gonna test it tomorrow, so perhaps I
Do
will,
it. Oh man, it's so good.
see
If
what's
we
up.
have the time, because there will be a lot.
No, but I will.
Oh,
I'm
he's-
doing
he
EA.
tweets
so-
Oh, yeah,
so-
oh,
EA
yeah.
I'm doing EA, so I'm doing Titanfall and FIFA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that being
Go
said,
play some FIFA.
Michiel, you went of course as well.
Yeah.
What was your top and flop game?
Actually, I have two top games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay, but one triple A game and one indie game. I mean, because today was for me were a lot of appointments with indie games. But I'll talk about the first one. I went to Bethesda Softworks, and they had a presentation for Dishonored 2 and Prey. And
Yeah, Prey.
Prey, I mean, I had my hopes up, and I have the feeling that they're going into the right direction. I mean,
Bethesda is good at those
yeah,
things.
they released a couple of good games last years, over a couple of years, but Prey is it feels new. It feels a bit more
Innovative.
innovating. But why? It's because they're actually doing this sci-fi game, a bit like Dishonored, but in a sci-fi setting.
Mm-hmm.
But you have these abilities, and like one of the coolest abilities that I've seen in my entire life was the ability Mimic. So you know you have those enemies. So Prey has alien enemies, and they mimic objects in the world. So in the presentation, the gamer was shooting different kind of things like a chair and a shoe, and you were wondering why the hell are you doing this? But sometimes he hit a chair and it suddenly turned into an alien. So these aliens can mimic different objects in the game. And as you progress throughout the game, you can yeah, and that's the feeling that you're getting, and it's pretty dark, but it's pretty, yeah, because you can use mimic itself.
It's a strange looking light.
Oh no, don't shoot it.
Say, wait a second, didn't we forgotten Heel at Gamescom?
Oh my god, is this an alien?
Oh my god, am I? No, but listen to this. Mimic, you can use this ability as well. So there was this problem, you had to go into a room, but there wasn't too much space, so you had to find a way to strip yourself. And you do the mimic, and you choose an object, and there was a cup of tea, and you mimicked into this cup.
With the tea?
No, without the tea, okay,
no.
Without tea, yeah. But you had this cup, you turn into this cup, and you could roll with that cup, and you could it's strange, but it has cool.
It's strange for me because when I think about Prey, it's something entirely different.
Yeah, but
is it a sequel? Is it a reboot? What is it?
So
a reboot.
The thing with Prey was the first one was like this Native American dude.
Yeah.
This Native American dude hunting things. And it's basically Portal before Portal. And what this new Prey is, and that's come from someone who loves another series called System Shock. System Shock 2 is like one of my favorite games, and the people who made System Shock decided to do a spiritual successor, which is BioShock. And then a few years later, some guys who worked on BioShock did something kind of like it called Dishonored. And now they're doing Prey.
The plot thickens.
And now they're basically doing System Shock 3. So the cycle, like,
so it's more like a reboot.
It's.
I think they're going into a new direction. I think they weren't pleased.
But it's the same main character.
It's something different.
So it's like American Horror Stories. So
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
but like no, the thing is it's just like the pitch itself was, what if we made spiritual successors of System Shock 2, and Bethesda was just like, yo, we got this thing called Prey, just take the title. That's just it. It's just the title.
Yeah, but it works. I mean, you said yourself it has some things like BioShock. At first, when they show the Talos, that's the space station where you're wandering around, and it was abandoned, and it had that vibe that you're getting when the first time you're taking that elevator into Rapture. So that was a kind of cool feeling. But I mean, the aliens work, and it gives you a lot of opportunity to experiment with your abilities, because you can mimic, for example, into this mechanical eye, and you need to get on top of that. So you use kinetic blast and a human type ability, and you just launch yourself in the air on top of that, and you transform again, and you can shoot from above.
That's actually what I wanted to ask you, because you're talking about mimicking the entire time, but I'm thinking like System Shock had those psionic things like fireballs and all that stuff. And then you had BioShock's electroshock thing, and
but they said in the presentation that you have alien abilities and you have human-like abilities. So human-like abilities, for example, is that you can boost your strength, so you can pick up things and you can just throw them through the air. But then you have these alien abilities like mimic. What was another? I think it was kind of teleport kind of thing. I don't know. No, I'm not sure yet. But no. It was good. It looked good. I mean, and I believe what you're doing. What you're
Let's pray it will be good.
Oh my god! What? No. So Prey, that was a good one. And my indie game was something I didn't actually expect, but it was Metronomicon, yeah.
Metronomicon, yeah.
Metronomicon. It's a difficult name. But those guys, they have this cool idea in combining RPG with rhythm-based games.
When I first read that, I started thinking about Crypt of the Necro.
Yeah, Necromancer.
Necrodancer?
I don't know. Is it Dancer?
I think it's Dancer.
That would be great.
Crypt of the Necrodancer. I think
it's a Dancer.
Well, it takes
whatever.
Yeah, it takes different features. I mean, For example, you have this hero team, and you can choose which team you're actually using, and each class has their abilities. You have a healer, you have a tank, you have a berserker, and you have these 4 lanes, and each lane you can switch between these lanes, and each time you change a lane you activate a certain ability. But so you know the guitar hero, the riff, the riff. They have those too, but it's divided in different tiers. So tier 1 is my first skill, tier 2 is my second skill, and my tier 3 is, and you're not losing anything. For example, if you use the wrong combination, it just skips your lane, but the tier that you've conquered, that activates. So, and you do have this, it's like a dance-off. It's a dance-off between you and monsters. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It doesn't sound that cool, but
but it's weird.
Yeah. I do like me some monster dance-off.
But you know what? Why I like this game? Because this guy is doing something entirely new.
that's true. But that's why indies are so good.
Yeah, but it's simple. It works. It's cartoony. There's cutscenes. They put out a lot of work. Original soundtracks. Also different bands that were asking to make a certain sound that they can use in the game. And you have bosses as well, and those bosses they shake up your rifts, and you have to dodge boulders. It's really cool, but it's not for everyone. I mean, it's difficult.
It doesn't have to be.
And the least one was probably also in the game, and that was Project Hyrax. I'm not saying that it's a bad game, but it's a game that will be difficult for different. It's a lot of managing. It's like
it's a bit too
architect simulation. You have to build your own building. You have to keep everyone satisfied.
It's not my.
It's not my type of game, but it looks really good. But from my perspective, it was not something that I would pick up for myself and just start playing. But the game,
it's not a bad game.
No, it's very challenging, but simple presentation. But it's I don't know. I think they do have a community for that, but it's not my real thing.
So I think we're all about done.
Yeah, nice bonus.
Yeah,
I really had a scoop today. So I played the reboot, the remaster, whatever of Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, nice.
And it was real? Yeah, it was. No, it was called Skylanders Imaginators. No, seriously. So you have a Crash Bandicoot Skylander and a Dr. What's his name? Nexus? The bad guy from Crash? So, it's great. Not only have they created those Skylanders, they created an entire Crash Bandicoot level. It's the first level of the game is Skylanders. So you have the platform, you have the boxes, you have the apples, you have the rhythm of the islands.
Where's the Crash Bandicoot?
It's the reboot. I played the Crash Bandicoot reboot.
Imagination.
My props.
So I just want to we've spent most of our time on the business area of things. You've seen a few of the booths.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who do you think has the most appealing?
For what I've saw this far, I haven't seen them all. Mafia 3 4.
Yeah.
It's like an old school tier, so it's brilliant.
And it's pretty fun what they're doing with the green screen.
It's brilliant.
It's really brilliant. You have to dress up like a character from the Mafia, from the game, and then you have to just walk over this what do you call it? The thing where you're walking on the treadmill, of course. You're walking on this treadmill, and then suddenly you're in the game.
You're the gangster.
That's super cool.
But the set and the atmosphere of that booth really, it all fits. It's great. It was the first booth that I noticed when I walked through the hall. So it was
so imposing. When you have the opening for the hall, the entrance, and you just see the Mafia cinema theater thing sticking out, and it's ginormous. Also, the Mafia 3 of all things, it's ginormous. When you walk up the stairs in the entrance, you have the whole stairs down the Mafia 3, and it's great because from a distance you see Mafia 3, but when you're actually stepping on the stairs, you get to know the stairs.
You don't see it.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of things from the entertainment area. I mean, we we've been busy in the business days. So tomorrow maybe, but I think we can't deny that the Sony booth is pretty big. And
But their budget is insane. If you compare their booth, it's every year. If you compare their booth to Microsoft and Nintendo, the biggest competition, it's insane.
It's constantly the same developer that's in that booth because Blizzard is the same one. Blizzard has a lot of budget as well, and they don't have any new game except for Legion. Okay, Legion is coming out very soon.
But they don't have.
But they don't know. But the Overwatch statues, the shop that was there, the Hearthstone kind of area, it was enormous.
From the Hearthstone bar.
Yeah, and Sony blends in with their top game. Like
Sony is just like, oh, we're here.
Yeah,
You cannot miss us.
Yeah.
Are you looking for us? No, it's not possible because we're an entire hall. It's basically that.
I remember like 2 years ago, PlayStation VR was this little thingy.
No, it's moved.
The second year was a bit bigger. Now it's just this entire thing.
No, it's really
But do you know what?
They went for
I feel like
5,
it's a bit misplaced.
20.
It's Titanfall. I'm not used to it that it's not PC Microsoft only anymore. So it was a bit weird to see that, but they've done a great job. But I think we can wrap this thing up because I think we went a little overboard with the
I hope you're still hearing this.
It was great doing this video. Hopefully you guys liked it as well. Please like, share, support this video if you liked it. Leave a comment. I mean, we're happy to listen to.
If you got any questions,
we're still here. So if you want to
or 2 days.
hear something not too crazy, Jordi is into crazy shit, so he can perhaps pick something. But keep it real.
Keep it real. Keep it legit. That was totally legit, man.
Yeah, it's time to sleep.
Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Gaming Boulevard on Point.
That will be tomorrow. Bye.